Hey guys, it's Stephen and Phil here back on Club Footy. Welcome back to our daily show where we're going to be discussing all kinds of football culture and free talking points every single day. Some more interesting than others maybe, but we're going to essentially try and do that now and just update you with all the football news that you need, be it football gear, boots, shirts, and the ongoings in the world of football in general. And we got free talking points today. Most notably, Frenkie de Jong allegedly has rejected Manchester City, Barcelona, amongst others, to go to PSG. We got the New Balance Furon 5.0 has been announced, and obviously Juve as well have announced their Icon collection. But we're going to start, I reckon, with Frenkie de Jong to PSG. That's a big shock, isn't it?
It is, and it's interesting, particularly the timing, because obviously, for him, I guess from his perspective, if he's choosing between those clubs, it's a really tough choice, actually. I think it is,
I will add the caveat that it's not officially confirmed yet, but it's going around Twitter quite strongly. I know, take that with a pinch of salt. But apparently, loads of Barcelona journalists have sort of given up on the idea of him coming to Barcelona now, and the rumours are getting stronger and stronger every single day that it'll be Frenkie de Jong going to PSG and Rabiot going to Barcelona. So essentially getting their cast-offs. And the noise has been quite strong on that for a while. I think last month at the very, very notoriously sourced Telegraph over in the Netherlands was saying the same thing as well. And he is the star boy of Dutch football. So if he goes there, and given the fact that we all know, and he's quite reportedly a big Barcelona fan, that's a turning of the table, isn't it? And that's PSG once again getting the better of them.
And it's strange, obviously a lot of talk has been about De Ligt as well, the centre-back, and he's similarly been linked with Barca. So I wonder if that is any
sorry, terrible.
That's all good. But yeah, it makes sense to snap him up before the Champions League, because if Ajax do anything, if they cause an upset, of course he would be most likely a big part of that.
As a City fan, I'd be gutted if he goes there, because I really do see him as a generational talent, one that would thrive under Guardiola. if you're like, I think a lot of people say basically that this is an unambitious move for him if he goes there. Do you buy into that really?
Well, you know what?
I can see arguments either way, because it is still a huge step up.
Yes and no. I think what's interesting about that is that obviously the usual line about Liga is that it's a farmers league, and what's the point of getting it to develop? At the end of the day, this kid is still young, and I think he could quite happily go there. Why not go there when they've got a good chance? They've always got a good chance at the moment to win the Champions League. But if he went there and won a couple of trophies, then he can go to wherever he likes.
That's the thing. Is there much precedent of people leaving PSG yet for reasonable fees? Because they're so cash rich, though. Would anyone be able to afford him after PSG if he did want to go to one of the bigger European leagues? And I think it's fair to say they are down the pecking order in terms of the French league. It's not the same level as even the Bundesliga, in my opinion. It's not the same level as Serie A. I don't think either, and the Premier League and Spain. So I don't know, I can see arguments either side. He might see it as something of a stepping stone, though whether that stepping stone is one that easy to take, to another club, I don't know, because PSG don't need the money. I think he would have been better suited off at Manchester City or Barcelona. It could still happen, of course, that it goes to either of them, but it's a big, interesting story. And going on to the next point as well, New Balance have announced the Furon 5.0, Sadio Mane's boot of choice. As a Liverpool fan, are you looking forward to seeing where these are the weekend against Crystal Palace?
Yeah, and if I'm honest, from purely matching the Liverpool kits, I don't see how this one fits. But as a boot,
it's a colour clash, isn't it?
It does clash. But no, it's a nice colour. I think the one thing, and I really like the kind of construction of the boot, I think the Furon is definitely New Balance's best boot. And I think, it probably deserves to be worn by more players than just Mane, because I think, it's a bit... It's a small kind of portfolio.
Why isn't it worn by more players?
I can only imagine that...
Because New Balance, they aren't that small. They've had some good players in the past. I remember they had Nasri Company at one point.
They had Ramsey, I think, as well.
Ramsey as well, so that's a surprise, really.
Yeah, I can only imagine they've got more in the pipeline. But if you're going to have a player, obviously I'm biased, but Mane's a high profile and a good one to have.
I may as well read some of the press release stuff we got sent as well. Furon apparently is for unstoppable attackers, or attacker, Mane. But it unlocks deadly attacking with speed, acceleration, and accuracy, according to New Balance themselves. And the key attributes of the boot are apparently, it's got unrivaled acceleration, which I guess is good for Mane.
That's fair.
It's got data-driven directional stud placement for an ultra-aggressive takeoff, and a phantom-fit full-foot skeleton for targeted lockdown on unrivaled explosive acceleration. Say that after a few pints.
Good job there.
Yeah, and a phantom-fit full-foot skeleton. There's a lot of buzzwords there. For essentially, it means it helps you run dead fast. And decisive accuracy, allegedly. Bonded mesh upper and integrated low-profile track collar for ultimate response and natural locked-in feel. Do you understand any of that?
To be honest, yeah, I'm just looking at the colours mostly.
Yeah. I mean,
it's good. I mean, actually, on the colour as well, that is definitely a colour of the season. When we think about, Arsenal and Bayern's away kits are both that sort of shade of kind of green. So it's a nice. I think most of the brands have
It's
done
a
the
nice
colours.
boot.
So, yeah, I think it's a nice addition.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm looking forward for New Balance to kind of kick on this year. If you like, and hopefully develop a few more.
I want to know what you make of this next talking point, the Juventus Icon Collection. For me, this is all about that badge. Now, I remember when this was announced, the badge, and there was a huge uproar about it. And I remember thinking, I think I even searched my own tweets to see what I said about it once, and I said it looks like a social media company's badge or something like that. And I could see what I meant, but it's grown on me a lot. I think it's become iconic in the way that the old badge couldn't, in the same way, if that makes sense. It couldn't be branded in the way this could. And in terms of like a collection, look at that jumper. Look at that jumper. That's mad.
That's great.
And
you know what that reminds me of? That I can't think of the name of it. That's that great Nike fleece, which I think we talked about, which was really popular, and it had this similar thing where that
cotton and kind of synthetics mixed
exactly
together.
where the logo basically cut. And I think it's a really good design.
Emre Can as well, though.
It is Emre Can. I mean, they probably brought him in just for the modelling. He's a great.
And the little T-shirt as well. It's a nice collection.
Yeah, and you're right about the fact that we've had a couple of years now of the new crest. It's kind of bedded in. We're used to it. So I think, I'm the same really. I remember actually at the time not liking it at first, but then when you read around the thought that actually went into it, it was actually quite clever. It wasn't just a quick mock-up, a quick logo. It was, there's
some of this stuff is just outlandish, but it's brilliant. I love the fact they've gone to the really retro streetwear approach to this, and it's Italian. They do it well. I mean, it wouldn't suit me. I'm not going to lie, but
no, I
some
like
of this
it.
stuff.
It's
look at the Juve jeans as well. When's the last time you saw a club do some jeans?
Yeah,
I wonder what Stokes would be. Their old boot cuts or something.
Can you imagine? Yeah. No, these are smart. I mean, I think it's definitely a natural kind of progression from the brand of Juve, and of course, football clubs are brands these days. And this is nice because it's very Juve, and it's the kind of stuff which I think would do really well in time as well. It's not too. I don't think it will.
I guarantee all this stuff is appearing in classic football shirts in about 2 years
from
now. It's available now at icon.juventus.com if you want to browse any of that stuff. And it's a hell of a collection. It's different. It's quite exciting and fair play. They've gone for it. They've marketed it well. And some of those footballers have got careers as models if they want it. Anyway, guys, that's just a free talking point for today. We'll be back tomorrow with another video. So make sure you subscribe to FOOTY.COM. We'll see you soon.